Alright, welcome back, y'all, to the YouTube table of contents. I'm your host, like Jason Joseph, aka Ridiculous. We are back, and we've got more great channels from YouTube. This is the channel that lets you know about all the channels that you should know about. If this is your first time, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, those of you that are featured, feel free to show us some love back. If you give us a retweet, share us on all social medias, we would greatly appreciate that. We striving for 100, and then we're going to try to get those big numbers. So, and to our subscribers, don't forget to hit that little bell, should be right above my head, just to keep you alert and ready for whenever we're dropping these new videos. That little bell right there, that's what it's for. Come on in. Alright, welcome back. These next contents, the conscious community. This first channel, Know the Ledge Radio, is hosted by Pillars. If you don't know who the Pillars are, this is Blue Pill and Red Pill. What can I say? Red Pill kind of get you on your conscious drip game together. What can I say? They do clothing, they've got this radio podcast, they've got all types of things that's been in the works, and these guys have been doing this for years. One of the first things I noticed about Know the Ledge Radio, and we're gonna get to their content in a second, but oh my God, their swag. And right when I came upon Red Pill and Blue Pill was right around the same time I came upon Brother Polite. And at that time, in the conscious community, the whole premise of all of this was getting the youth to be in tune with their history. How can we make this more common? How can we make this popular? How can we make this a trend, if you will, a style of being conscious? I can honestly say I've watched these guys do this for a decade, and look at what the world's become as far as the conscious community. So many people of this woke community, I'm speaking for the conscious, but I'm just saying, look at where it all came from. It started with these individuals right here. Know the Ledge Radio is hosted by Brother Red Pill and Blue Pill. They lecture all over the country. They've got their own clothing line. Got Know the Ledge Radio as well. Why should you watch Know the Ledge Radio? This platform has curated and created exclusive content on health and knowledge of self. And they also give you weekly podcasts on such. We got Melanated Mondays, we got Tough Talk Tuesdays, and we got Third Out Thursdays. They've got enough content for any person that's looking to keep themselves in line with the conscious community and the cosmos. They've got you covered. What is the best thing about Know the Ledge Radio? Not only everything that I just told you about the Pillars, their own mother worked side by side with Dr. Sabi himself. So not only all the knowledge that they're giving you, they've got the facts to back it up as well. There's no reason for you not to take these boys seriously. Love just about everything they did. All of his pieces that you see him wearing, to my knowledge, are custom made. And he's got everything that you're looking for. So Know the Ledge Radio is something that you should give it a go if you're looking into the conscious community. I'm telling you, Red Pill and Blue Pill are gonna lead you in the right direction no matter which pill you swallow. Yeah, see what I did right there? I like that. This next channel, Sirius Radio. What is Sirius Radio? Hosted by Professor Griff, whom is a cultural entertainment analyst, internationally renowned educator, writer, producer, musician, rock and roll Hall of Fame member, lecturer, and co-founder of Public Enemy, the revolutionary supergroup. Why should you watch Sirius Minds? Sirius Minds Radio is the platform that addresses the complex issues of today's effect on the human family. What's the best thing about Sirius Minds Radio? This is the man that wrote The Psychological Hijack of Hip Hop. I mean, what can I say? My wife loves this guy, and she doesn't even know who Public Enemy is. But he teaches you how to eat better, what things you should be putting in your body, how to unlock your chakras, how to even make you vibrate more correctly, get more in tune with the earth, all by the teachers of Professor Griff. He does a spot-on job. I was on Professor Griff before I even came into contact with these other guys. I was more or less on Griff first, and it was because of the hip-hop influence that he had. So not only was I already gravitated to him because of that, he was able to explain his more or less the militant way that he always came across, on top of the image that you got with him from the music that he created. So I gravitated to him well, and then when he was teaching you about how more or less hip-hop is great that we created, it is ours, it is the culture, but it is being used and manipulated in various ways to keep our people deluded and small-minded. And Griff teaches you how to unlock and realize what you're taking in through symbology and all kinds of things. He's made me and my wife's relationship even better. Hey Soleil, shouts out to the king and queen of consciousness. Love you both. love Sirius minds. Check them out. I guarantee you, Professor Griff has everything that you need coming from a spiritual, conscious mind of the hip-hop community. Thank you, man. This last channel, and certainly by no means the least at all, Sinetta TV, the house of consciousness. This is the headquarters of consciousness, if you will. Sinetta is the guy probably from the 80s to the 90s, early 2000s. If you got any form, VHS, DVD, bootleg, conscious material from the East Coast at least, you probably got it by way of Harlem from Sinetta. Sinetta is like, he's a library of various different conscious individuals. Why should you watch Sinetta TV? I mean, this is how I discovered Polite, Phil Valentine, James Cox, Shaka Ambrose, the Amin-Ra Squad, even Captain Cesario, even though they dress like WWE characters. Titan TV, you're on the list. Brothers Jabari, I mean, the list goes on of how many various great minds that I've gotten from Sinetta TV. I mean, even all of these individuals at one point in time was all on Sinetta's couch. He sat us all on that couch and unlocked our minds right there before your very eyes. What is the best thing about Sinetta TV? Well, at the same time I seen Sinetta, I saw Brother Polite. The first video I ever seen was Sinetta was out in Harlem. That's where shouts out to y'all, you know what I'm saying? And he had a poster of Martin, Malcolm, and Jesus. And his only question was, which one of these three meant the most to you and why? And it was just amazing how many people had picked Captain America. That was the first video that got me hooked on Sinetta TV and Brother Polite. You're on the list. We're gonna get to you too, sir. Sinetta is the ultimate concierge of the conscious community. Sinetta, bring back the Comedic War Conference. Look, okay. In order to make an omelet, you gotta break some eggs. Okay, so the first time is the first time. But what did we learn from that? The conscious community to me was the strongest when you were contacted with Umar, you was in contact with Tariq, you was in contact with Young Pharaoh, you was in contact with Cyrus. I understand all of y'all's dividing issues, but regardless of what you may think, just step outside the pocket with me just for a second. Let me talk to your astrological self, if I could ancient one you for a second. Think about how great that Comedic War Conference was and what it did for the conscious community. That was like the battle rap of intellectual Negroes. Cyrus said he went against one of my favorites. I mean, Polite did. He unlocked a lot of information, and more information than maybe SETI, but SETI just has his way of reaching you if you come from a certain environment, and y'all know what I mean by that. And what can I say? I'm still taken by him, but the Comedic War Conference was like your smack DVD of the conscious community, if you will. I mean, what can I say? It was how an educated black man would display his education within his own community. Sure, we have those other ways, but this was a format that you was starting that was very unique. I mean, it was dear to my heart. I still go back and watch Polite and SETI. I mean, come on, it was like 3 hours. I watched the other one with the Amin-Ra Squad. I think it was versus SETI. That all sparked because of the underground of the conscious community. Sinetta, thank you for everything you've done. Shouts out to Harlem. Keep up the good work. Yo, if y'all need any form of consciousness, the House of Consciousness has all the different individuals that you need to know of. Let's recap today's content. Conscious community. First on our list, Know the Ledge Radio. Like I'm saying, brother Red Pill, Blue Pill, kudos to the work that you're doing in the community. And your clothing line is spot on. Probably some of the most fabulous clothing I've ever seen. And it just needs to be just put on a broader horizon, really. Know the Ledge Radio, check those guys out. The pillars are awesome. Blue Pill, Red Pill, shouts out to y'all. And last but most definitely not least, and part of the reason that I know of most of the conscious community that I'm speaking of, Sinetta TV, the House of Consciousness. 102 Black News, whichever one, he's got what you need to get your life on track. What can I say? If you ain't conscious, you need to wake up. It's a different world that we're living in, and a lot of us, due to the situation that we're living in, this is the time that you really need to be in tune with yourself and pray that you are in line with your ancestors and the earth that you're walking on, or you might just fall off, you know what I'm saying? But check those guys out. Yo, if this has been your first time on the YouTube table of contents, where we're giving you all the channels that you should know about, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little bell right there. That's what I need you to do. And until next time, I've been your host, like Jason Joseph, aka Ridiculous. Holla at your boy. It's been nice.